Yo, what's going on, everybody? We are back here at Uncanny Comics and Games, which is actually now called Uncanny TCG. And we're here just going to be talking about Digimon, BT 2.5 or BT 19, BT 20 cards. We got a lot of things going on today. Our first 2.5 tournaments going on. But we also want to talk about the ban list. Now, I know everybody is going to be talking about this band list coming up, right?
Seems like it.
Seems like it. Oh, I forgot to say, I'm the main character. This is Digi Daddy himself right here.
Your boy.
And, yeah, it seems like there's going to be a lot of discussion about this band list because we haven't had one since
I know.
when?
It's yeah. Well, our plan right now is to just get the input from everyone here, all the locals.
Talk to some of our locals members that come pretty frequently to see what they all think about what the band list is going to consist of, and then we'll kind of just average it all together.
Yeah, a shout out to Uncanny one more time. They let us record here, vlog here.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah, I can kick it off. I guess I believe Mirage Gao. It's not balanced, but it's not a problem.
I don't think it's a problem with the current format now. Now, in the past, absolutely.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways around it. You definitely have to plan for it, but it's not like Apocalypse is my standard for banning a card or limiting a card. When you can't play the game,
it was oppressive.
Right. And I feel like Mirage is not that.
I feel the same way.
But it probably will be on the list. I don't know. How do you feel?
I think so. I think Mirage will be on the list for a variety of reasons. It's just been around so long. It's what, BT
12? No,
BT 11? BT 11 deck, and we're going into 2.5, which is a mixture of BT 19 and BT 20, which is what, nearly 2 years later or something along those lines?
Yeah. It's when I started playing BT 11.
Yeah, which when Mirage was a big thing, and it's still a pretty big thing. But I also don't think it's, like you said, it's that much of a problem anymore. We're looking at some of the results from JP formats that it's not topping as frequently as it once has.
Yeah.
And the same thing when it comes to American formats or English formats is that it is still topping in the top 16 or a variety of different tournaments, but it's not as frequent as it once was.
Right. If you limit that Mirage, I think the deck dies.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a way around it. It won't come back until a new Mirage is probably released in some future sets.
Yeah.
But it won't have that same effect, and it probably won't be nearly as good.
I'm okay with is hitting the Balmon.
The Balmon, yeah. The Balmon.
I can't stand that deck.
Fenrir, and that's the thing. That's another reason as to why they could potentially limit that deck, because it's also been around, but also at the same time, I feel like they still might not, because in nearly every set it's getting support.
Right.
But I think those two are probably
top contenders.
The top
for sure.
contenders.
I don't think Ugukumon's as much of a problem. What else? I feel like Mother Shoto is a cool combo. Doesn't need to be limited, but people complain enough.
Oh yeah, no, I get why that Mother Shoto is somewhat of, brings a little bit of toxicity to the game, but at the same time, when we're looking at the most competitive scales and we're looking at regional toppings, Ultimate Cup toppings, we don't really see it.
Yeah,
topping.
And you have to remember, when it came into play, it balanced out Magna X.
It did.
Like, that's when Magna X became fair, when you had a 15k blocker or whatever Mother is, for free, basically. People are also calling for some kind of hit to. I hear Matt. Was it BT2 Matt? The purple one?
BT2 Max.
Yeah, I'm hearing that one from a couple different people.
I've heard that
big
before.
Names in the game, because obviously you have the Duskwan loop, where is it Velgar loop, whatever the loop is.
Yeah, the purple hybrid.
The purple hybrid that on deletion you play out a tamer. The tamer grabs you back to the hybrid, and you just keep going and going and going. I guess that's understandable. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Again,
another tamer though that could potentially be a big deal and could potentially be on the list would be Davis and Kent.
Okay.
I think that's Unfortunately for me, because
Gosh,
I'm an Imperial
if you
player.
hit that
We're
card,
both
though-
Imperial players. I'm red, or I'm blue green. He's red purple.
Yeah.
And I know I definitely run 4 of. I know
If-
currently you run 1,
Just
right?
one.
Just the 1.
Yeah. Which would be fine for me. I don't know. I feel like if you hit that card though, that deck. You just,
The
I
Imperial
don't-
just
I
kind of
don't
just
know.
dies,
Yeah.
and Imperial's such a big part of the Digimon lore.
IP.
The IP. So many
You know how many
fans.
V-Mons are out there?
Exactly. And so I can't really see it being hit just solely for that reason.
Yeah.
Just solely for the fandom behind Imperial Dramon.
I get it.
and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Vmon.
I guess I haven't even thought of on the
Entropy.
other side of unlimiting. But bring back Anubis, please. I had a week with my mans. I had to put him away.
I think Anubis would be pretty safe to come back now.
I would love Anubis. Free Jet Selfie, for God's sakes. I don't know what she's doing in prison still.
Jet Sylphie, I can see why she's still there, honestly.
What?
I can see
With
why.
everything
now,
we have-
I would want it back myself. 'Cause I
don't
love
know.
yellow. I used to love yellow hybrid. I'm not a yellow
With
player,
everything
but
we
yellow
have
hybrid
now,
was my thing for
man.
yellow.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Well, if we can bring back Jet Sylphie, do you think? What about Cross 4?
Honestly, I don't even know much about Cross 4. What
So
do you-
Cross 4, you go into Cross 4, you Digi-Cross, it attacks, and if it survives, it has an end attack effect in which you can take all of its sources, place it under a tamer. and
all of its sources.
I believe it's all the sources. It's either 2 to 3 sources, or maybe even all the sources. I don't remember, but it's a great deal. And then you get to unsuspend a tamer. So the
Oh,
loop play
and you just go-
was you
oh,
swing,
no.
you end of attack, you delete it, you place all the sources underneath the tamer, unsuspend a
Bruh,
tie key.
how does this compare to Jet Selfie?
I'm just saying. Okay.
A Gabu can come back. Freaking release my Gabus. All the purple.
But if
you
we
know
take
what?
off Gabu, we need to put another Gabu on. That's all there is.
It's perfectly balanced.
yeah. Just like life intended. Well, I mean, those are our picks, so I guess we're both in agreement
Yeah.
in Mirage and Balmon. My hot take, I actually kind of do have somewhat of a hot take, but again, I don't really think this is going to be that big of a deal, and that's Metal Life Kawagamon. Metal
Was
Life
it the
Kawag-
redirect?
Yeah, the redirects. It's a really good. It's a strong level 5 for insects. And it's a strong level 5 even if NSP would want to run it. Now I don't think they run that card in the deck, but because they have an NSP Hercules Kabuterimon, there is the potential to run it.
I get it. Yeah, that's definitely a hot take.
So yeah, it's definitely a hot take. But again, I don't really see that coming, as Insectoids hasn't even topped
Oh yeah.
at all. So
Yeah, if I were to try and pick a hot take, man, probably BT16 Wormmon.
ooh, you hitting your own deck.
I hate to say it, but man, or at least like a pair band with the scramble. If people abuse the scramble enough and bring it into the daylight, something will happen.
It could.
Because it's kind of nutty,
Yeah, no,
that
for
whole
sure.
scramble nonsense.
For sure.
But yeah, no, that's the only thing I really have. Other than that, just get good.
Exactly. Magna ain't going nowhere, y'all, so y'all got to get good.
Nah. If anything, it's getting more Magnus.
Okay? Yeah. But I wonder what some of our community members here at Uncanny TCG
Yeah, we'll definitely find
thinks.
out.
Here with one of our local members here at Uncanny TCG, Edgar. But so we're just kind of just chit-chatting here, talking about what we might see on the ban list, restricted list that is coming up. Maybe a hot take or two if you have any. What do you think is going to be on this restricted ban list?
I would think Jack Raid for one of them. So, a memory option. They've been hitting them lately. It's quite a powerful, especially with Purple Hybrid. That'll be like a
Yeah.
minor hit to them. Because they could still pop off without it.
And does
With just
Finro
one.
run it? Finro run
No.
it? No,
That's
okay, not at all.
That's
okay.
the issue right now.
Okay.
Because all these purple decks are
Yeah.
vastly different. So it's not like one card would solve the problem. What's another topic? Magnamon? That's toughy. Someone could just hit the secret, get it over because it's immune.
Yeah, and
But-
it's getting new support, so it
Try to
might make
force
up
it.
for
Mhm.
Magna Eggs going on the list.
But it's also not as good against the more top tier decks. It's just really oppressive against the rogue tier. A lot of people want the the starter deck Magnamon to be hit, which I can see.
The Magnum one. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, yeah.
Because it's a way of removal and it's a security bomb. What's another one? Green. They're not doing anything. Just give it back HPD. Let them go crazy.
Hey, I like this man.
Let them go crazy for like a format.
What about medieval?
Medieval. It's essentially just that deck's 2.0. Everyone complaining about that deck.
Yeah, that's true.
And after a while, it just power crept out. But I could see against like same thing with Magma against rogue tier decks. It's just more oppressive compared to the higher tier.
My hot take with Justin actually was Meta Life Kuwagamon. Now, of course, I don't think it's that big of a deal
Yeah.
in that deck, but like you were saying, it's because of the redirect. It is a very powerful mechanic in the game.
Maybe if you get like another stronger insect, is it insectoid specific or? Is it
The inherited, it's insectoid has to be suspended insectoid.
Yeah.
So that's why it's not as powerful.
Yeah,
It's just that thing that needs to stay.
I feel like a Nubis mod could come back though
That's what Justin said.
for
yeah.
like generic purple again. Everything's evolved fast enough to be able to challenge its wideboard, and with medieval Gallet that counters that wideboard as well. So, but then again, they could also use that against us, and
Yeah, so it's a double-edged sword,
Yeah.
if you will. Well, hey, I appreciate your time, Edgar. I know you got to go run some games, get some games in before the tournament starts, because this is our first time running 2.5 today. So, good luck today's tournament,
all right.
and we'll see you.
I'm gonna ask you, what do you want off the ban list, on or off the ban list?
Well, the first thing that I would strongly suggest being taken off the ban list is, of course, as always, Greymon X antibody. Free my
This
boy,
guy.
Greymon X. I will until... I just don't understand in what world it's a bad thing to reduce the cost by 2.
It's too good of a thing. That's the problem.
Nah, not nowadays.
If you unrestrict the Gray X, is it now tier 1? Is it meta?
No.
Okay.
I don't even think it would make... No, it really wouldn't. So I can understand, like, wanting to stop the Greymon X from doing crazy shenanigans with, like, the new secret Greymon. That one. I could see crazy stuff there. With War Greymon, I see crazy stuff there.
Even BT14 Agumon, right? Because you Evo for +1 memory if you have the Greymon, BT5 Greymon. So you push out a raising, start a
Yeah.
main, you digivolve into Greymon, that gives you +1 memory if you have Agumon
Yep.
and Sources. So you're +1 memory if you have a tie. It's +2 memory, Evo into Great X. And for one, essentially net +1 memory, you're going into your BT12 Metal Gray.
I got
For
you.
+1 memory.
I get that.
Consistently.
And
is that
I
not
just
is
say-
that not an issue?
Well, Patamon does
Okay,
the exact
we're
same
not talking
thing.
about Patamon.
We are most certainly talking about Patamon. So
How
I think,
dare you.
I'm not saying Patamon should be on the list. I'm saying if Patamon was on the list, I'd be saying Patamon should be brought off the list too.
So if Patamon exists, Great X should also exist.
I wouldn't say I think that's very harsh because Patamon is dependent on other cards like doing the awesome stuff, and there's less valid options for you to go with the Patamon. Whereas Greymon X obviously has a ridiculous number of valid options to not only digivolve on top of, because there's so many different Greymons, but also to digivolve into.
Okay.
We'll just-
Okay. Well, what are your thoughts on the common suggestions? So Mirage, Jack Raid.
I don't want to see Mirage limited. First off, that's another thing I'll mention. DigiDane mentioned in his video that he thinks limiting cards is kind of pointless now because Digimon is such a consistent
Fair point.
base building game or deck building game
Yeah,
that
yep.
you can find your one copy. I think that actually that's a very compelling argument.
Yeah, we're going from limits to maybe bans, right?
Yes.
I mean, if we're talking like that, right?
Exactly. And so, like the Baumon, I can understand limiting because it's an egg. Yeah. The other, like, there's Mirage, Baumon. What's the other one? Protoform. I've heard some people say Protoform.
I don't know. I think Protoform's fine.
I think it is too. I think the only problem with Protoform is it's $50 a dead gum copy,
Yeah.
which is, god dang, man. I think Medieval Gallantmon has an issue because sometimes the answer to Medieval Gallantmon is negated by Medieval Gallantmon's very effect.
If we're even looking at like old Numa builds where you would build a wide board and then neg however many. Yeah, what was it? Monze X, right?
Yeah.
You would neg however many you had, but it requires you to play out bodies, and it doesn't matter if Medieval's out.
Yeah, no, I completely understand that effect. That's why Numamon X was always one of my biggest problems. And why, when I remember when Numamon X, everyone was talking about limiting that card. And I remember thinking to myself, and even saying it quite a bit in the shop, if Numamon X isn't limited, then Greymon X definitely should not be on the list.
All right.
I'll always bring it back to my boy Greymon.
What's going on, Cage?
What's good?
What's good? What's good? We've been talking so far about what we expect to see on this ban list coming up, restricted list coming up. What are your thoughts? What you think is going to get it hit?
For one, I don't believe in ban lists. I'm just like, just play the game. Like, if it's really that bad, stop. With the exception of a Pokemon, I think a card that actually stops you from playing the game, that's a no-go. But with that being said, not my wants, but my prediction, green and purple Wormon, what's that?
BT 16.
Yeah,
BT
on
16
play,
worm.
Digivolve in the trash one. I know as a regular Imperial player, that's won me a few games when everything is in the trash.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I drop one worm, go into Stingmon, drop another, go into XVmon. Yeah, and it's like, bam. I had nothing in my hand and trash saves it. So there's that. Probably the Davison Kin. I think that's going to hurt it really bad.
We hope not.
I hope not.
I hope not.
I hope not, but these are my predictions. Also, maybe BT12, the Stingmon and Wormmon, the memory game.
Oh, yeah. I forgot
people
about
are-
those two.
I would be okay if they said I have to pick one. I think I'd rather them restrict those than the Tamers. And probably Mirage. I don't think we should ban the level 6 because then it just like kind of neuters the whole deck. Definitely the Galaxy Galmon. Jamming, draw one, gain a memory. But yeah, I'm predicting a lot of Imperial hits. Mirage. And then like everyone else is saying, we've already gotten Hammer Spark hit. So probably Blinding Ray and
Jack Raid.
Jack Raid, yeah. I would say for sure Jack Raid. Those are my predictions.
So I'm going to assume that Blinding Ray is your hot take.
It is. Blinding Ray is my hot take.
Anything that you predict might come off?
I would love to have Super Mega Digimon Fusion and Ice Wall.
Oh, I forgot about Ice Wall.
I would-
But Ice Wall comes off, it's an immediate 4 of every blue deck.
Oh yeah. And I'm putting them in decks that don't even need them, just because.
All right, Lou.
All right.
What you got for me?
All right, man. So here's what I want. I want a complete redo, Pokemon style. We need to just reinvent the whole game. Ban everything, make a whole new set.
That is a hot take.
I'm tired of the Agumans,
Uh-huh.
the Omnimans, Groomans.
I gotcha.
I want new colors that I've never seen before. I want
Oh, yeah.
brand new everything.
Ah, yeah.
Why can't we have a rainbow Digimon?
Oh, no, perfect. Yeah. We do. It's Examon Altart.
But we need more of him.
It's inclusivity, huh? That's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Yeah. No more bigoted Digimon.
Nope.
We're done with that.
Nope. I want
Gotcha.
rainbows, Agumans.
Careful now.
Can we throw some Pokemon in there?
Yeah, for sure. No, I think that's a great take, Lou. Thank you for your insight.
Excellent.
All right, well, I think that's all we have. So, we'll see you next time, Digi Daddies.